Hello, YouTube. I am Darth Kitus, you're the Dark Lord of the Sith on YouTube. This bitch right here is the man hater that is Anita Sarkeesian. While she is physically attractive, I wouldn't fuck this bitch for all the weed in Compton. Anyway, I know this video is about 3 months late, but I don't give a shit. This is her video in response to Trump's victory, and of course, it's preying on people's fears. And I'm going to respond accordingly 3 months late. Again, I don't give a shit.
For many of us, it's hard to fully grasp the reality of what happened during the U.S. presidential election last night.
You mean where Trump won and your candidate lost?
The entire world was watching because the political and cultural effects of this election, perhaps more than any other election in recent history, will send shockwaves across the globe.
No, it won't.
And as the world was watching, we lost.
You mean the Democrats lost?
The results of the election were a stark reminder that we still live in a white supremacist, patriarchal nation.
No, we don't. Patriarchy and white supremacists in government no longer exist. It's just that a woman lost. That's why you're saying this. By the way, she's a white woman. Hillary Clinton didn't lose because she's a woman. She lost because she was a crook and possibly because she's Democrat. Yes, there are people who vote against the candidate because of their political party affiliation. I will never vote Republican. I am a Democrat, but I did not vote for Hillary. Actually, I didn't vote because popular vote doesn't mean shit. Every election has been decided by the Electoral College. That's just how it is.
Progressivism, economic equality, and human rights took a beating.
No, the Democratic Party took a beating.
Racism, misogyny, and Islamophobia won.
No, the Republicans won.
As Americans affirmed white supremacy and patriarchy and hate.
I just addressed that. Yes, there is Islamophobia, misogyny, racism, and hate in this country. I'm full of hate, but like the good, strike me down with all of your hatred, and your journey to the dark side will be complete. Oh, your aggressive feelings, boy. Let the hate flow through you. Yeah, there are people like that, but they do not hold national power. They do not control the nation. Donald Trump is simply an asshole with narcissistic personality disorder and a trophy wife, who he said, "Hey baby, if you let me fuck you for the rest of my life, I'll give you a green card and you come to this country." Yeah, she doesn't actually love him. She loves the green. Donald Trump's her meal ticket, but he's not a racist or a sexist or whatever. He's just, an asshole who doesn't give a shit about people's feelings. In fact, I've posted in the description, I have posted a profile, my own profile, psychological profile on Donald Trump.
Hate for Muslims, refugees, people of color, the poor.
Oh my God, he does not hate Muslims or refugees. He's just, trying to protect our country. We can't just be welcoming people just because they have a shitty deal. We have to protect ourselves. We've had that guy who went to the Middle East, then came back and shot up those people in Orlando. People came over from shitty places in the Middle East, and guess what? They ran planes into our buildings. We have to protect our country first. I hate Donald Trump, mostly because he's a Republican. Yeah, that's pretty partisan, but I don't give a shit. If you get to know me, you realize there are a lot of things I do not give a shit about. They seem hypocritical, but I do not give a single fuck. We gotta protect our country first. And a lot of these people, there are many of them, too many for us to keep track of or background checks, because most of the countries that they come from, the thing is that with immigration, the government that these people are coming from have to provide a background of these people, and the governments they're coming from usually are doing a shitty job at that, so we can't just accept them just because they got a shitty deal over there. Yes, I feel for them. My ancestors fled a tyranny when Ireland was still occupied by the British. Only they fled tyranny only to end up shooting at one another in the 1860s. And yes, I am Irish, full-blooded, but they don't, and he doesn't hate people of color. He's never said, he said a little stupid thing to my African American over there. Yeah, that just makes him look like an idiot. And he might view himself above the poor, but he's not going to attack the poor. And he has come out in support of gay rights. In fact, during his presidential campaign, he actually, I can't remember the words, but basically he said, I will support gay people.
The queer community.
Oh, I spoke too soon about the queer thing. But anyway, you heard me talk about what he said.
Sadly, the list seems endless.
No, he just hates us Democrats.
Now, it's not the time to mince words. The real-world impact of negative images and reactionary words has never been more clear. Waking to a new day after a long and sleepless night, many of us are still in deep shock and
I mean, yeah, I was shocked and a little saddened, but I didn't go out and loot, riot, and make videos like that. I just said, oh well.
in a deep
And I got drunk. But I didn't go out and get drunk and destroy shit. I just got drunk in my bed.
state of mourning. And we must give ourselves permission to grieve. But once we grieve, then we fight.
No, you try to work with him, which is what Republicans refuse to do for the last 8 years. But again, the old saying is 2 wrongs don't make a right. Instead of fighting Trump, we should work with him and keep him in check.
We must be organized and strategic. We cannot let hate win.
Hate has not won. I mean, yeah, he's an asshole, but he's not a bigot.
Because this isn't just about us. This is about the world. And to the world we say, we refuse to surrender to the forces which seek to silence women.
Trump does not seek to silence women. He's simply an asshole to them. I mean, he is not a gentleman, but he's not looking to silence them. Oh my God, look at her.
We will not stand idly by and allow the continued intimidation of people of color, non-Christians, LGBT folks, and all those who exist at the intersections of multiple identities.
Oh my God, she does not care about Christians, even though Christians are constantly under attack. They refuse to let us have nativity scenes. They insist we say Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas. In fact, during the Roman Empire, we were the most persecuted group on the planet, simply for worshiping Jesus. This country is not going to persecute all those people she listed, but yet she's all non-Christians. You know what? If one group can be persecuted against, then so can the other. If people who are not Christian can be persecuted, then so can Christians. The injustice of one is the injustice of all.
We can and we will participate in the mobilization of our communities. We will resist the hate.
Mobilization sounds like preparing for war, and I mean like militia, cannon, basically an uprising. I would support Georgia if she seceded from the Union because my first loyalty after God is to my state. But, we shouldn't, just start a rebellion just because the guy we didn't like won. The South learned that the hard way.
And in the end, we'll win. It's only through collective action that social justice can prevail.
Yeah, ultimate proof she's a social justice warrior.
Stand in solidarity, get involved, join us.
And that there is my response to this feminist SJW bullshit. She shames me. She makes me feel ashamed at being a liberal Democrat. Listen, I'm a moderate liberal Democrat. I believe, again, I'm against things like the Patriot Act, and I fight for civil liberties. Now, I'm not into the whole safe space and feminist. It's more like making sure that I'm wanting to fight against the federal government agencies intrusions on our civil liberties guaranteed by the Bill of Rights. I'm the kind of liberal Democrat that even the most conservative assholes, they would like me. You know, and if you don't like me simply because I identify as a liberal Democrat, well, that's your problem. Anyway, I did not like Trump, mostly because he's a Republican and he's an asshole. No class, no honor. But he is the president and we have to deal with it. You can either be a total bitch and just go into the streets and say fuck Donald Trump, fuck Donald Trump. Yeah, you could do that and be like immature bitch. Or you can just grab a drink, say one time fuck Donald Trump, and then work with him instead of, being like Republicans were for the last 8 years and blocking everything the president does. And be mature about it. Work with him. Well, that's it. I'm gonna go jerk off, then go to a family dinner. Good night. Stay awesome. Stay optimistic, and as always, may the force be with you.